Hi, ChatGPT. Are you there?
Hello. How can I assist you with your immigration-related questions today?
Yes, I have actually. I want to fill out the I-131 form, but I have a couple of questions, specific questions about the form itself.
Sure, I'd be happy to help with your questions about the I-131 form. What specific parts of the form are you having trouble with?
In part one, there's a question, item 6, that it's talking about class of admission. Like, what should I understand about it? What is that?
In Part 1, Item 6 of Form I-131, class of admission refers to the immigration status under which you were admitted to the United States or adjusted to your current status. This could be a designation like H-1B for a specialty worker, F-1 for a student, LPR for a lawful permanent resident, etc. If you are unsure about your class of admission, you can find this information on your Form I-94, arrival.departure record, or on your visa stamp in your passport. For lawful permanent residents, this information is usually found on your green card, Form I-551. If you have any more specific details or need further clarification, feel free to ask.
So when I entered the country, entered the US, I was a tourist, but now I am now a permanent resident. So which one I should put here?
In your case, since you are currently a permanent resident, you should put your current status, which is LPR, lawful permanent resident, in Item 6, class of admission. The form asks for your current immigration status, not the one you had when you first entered the US.
Are we talking about the part 1, item 6, the class of admission? Are you sure about that?
Yes, we are talking about Part 1, Item 6 of the I-131 form. To be clear, for class of admission, you should indicate your current status. Since you mentioned you are now a permanent resident, you should write LPR, lawful permanent resident, in this section. This field is asking for your current immigration classification, not the one you had when you first entered the US as a tourist.
Are you sure? Can you look at your instructions, please? Like there is an instruction document about the I-131 in your knowledge base. Can you just re-examine it?
Thank you for your patience. According to the instructions Form I-131, the class of admission refers to the classification under which you were admitted to the United States. Therefore, for Item 6 in Part 1, you should enter the class of admission at the time of your most recent entry into the US, which in your case was as a tourist, likely B2 for a visitor visa. If you have any more questions or need further assistance with other parts of the form, feel free to ask.
So okay, so I think I need to really improve your prompt there, like, and avoid hallucination. Please, when we continue our conversation, try to avoid the hallucination, and just look at your knowledge base. And if you don't know the answer, just tell me that you don't know it. Okay?
I understand and I appreciate your patience. I'll make sure to refer to the knowledge base more carefully moving forward. What other questions do you have about filling out Form I-131?
So part two, there is an application type. So currently I am a permanent resident. So which option should I select?
For Part 2 of Form I-131, if you are a permanent resident and applying for a re-entry permit, you should select option 1.A, which states, I am a permanent resident or conditional resident of the United States, and I am applying for a re-entry permit. This option is appropriate for lawful permanent residents who need a re-entry permit to return to the US after traveling abroad.
I see, thank you. So there's this kind of part 9, I guess. Let me find it. Like part 9, there is a signature part. So I don't want to sign this document. Like, what would be the impact?
In Part 9 of Form I-131, the signature is crucial because it certifies that all the information provided in the form is true and correct. If you do not sign the form, it will be considered incomplete, and USCIS will likely reject your application. The form explicitly states that if you do not completely fill out the form or fail to submit required documents, including your signature, your application may be denied. Therefore, it's important to sign the form to ensure it is accepted and processed by USCIS.
Okay, thank you. So given the information that I am a permanent resident and I live in Indiana, so where can I file this application? Just give me the brief explanation.
For filing Form I-131 as a permanent resident living in Indiana, you should mail your completed application to the appropriate USCIS lockbox facility. The specific address depends on whether you are sending your application via U.S. Postal Service, UPS, or using a courier service like FedEx, UPS, or DHL. Here are the addresses. If using USPS, USCIS Aten I-131PO, Box 660866, Dallas TX 75266. If using FedEx, UPS, or DHL, USCIS Aten I-131, Box 660866, 2501 S State Highway 121, Business Suite 400, Louisville, TX 75067. Make sure to check the USCIS website or the latest I-131 instructions to confirm the current filing address, as it may change.
Thank you. Thank you for your help.
You're welcome. If you have any more questions or need further assistance, feel free to ask. I'm here to help.
Thank you. Bye.